Hello there, Persona user. So, you want to learn how to build badass personas, do you? You want something like this guy, maybe a little bit of this, or maybe this, or perhaps this. Well, I'm going to show you how to do all of that. So, the first thing we're going to talk about is itemization. So, we are going to go here and talk to Igor.
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
Do you wish to browse the entries?
And you'll notice that there is a tooltip in the bottom that says itemization result. So if we hit R2, we can see the result of every single one of the itemizations. And you can also do this for fusion alarms, because during a fusion alarm, every single result is different. Now, as you can see, some of these are purple skill cards, and this is what we want to look out for. See, you can learn certain skills via these skill cards. All you have to do is have a blank card, which you can buy from Jose, just for a few flowers in mementos. But if I'm going to recommend one skill card for you, it's going to be Spellmaster, and that is going to be from Tsukiyomi Pikaro. Right here has Spellmaster, and what Spellmaster is going to do is it is a must-have for any persona that's going to be using magic, because it halves the SP cost. So this is an absolute must. Now the next thing I'm going to talk about is Gallows. So Gallows is where you go to strengthen persona, and as you can see, you can only strengthen one per day. So there is actually a workaround to this. You can strengthen a persona more than one time a day, and you do this by going to the persona registry, registering the persona, deleting the persona, and then buying it from the compendium again. This costs a lot of money, but it is a lot better than just waiting every day. So let's say I wanted a skill from Raul. Let's say I wanted Climate Decorum, right? Let's say I wanted specifically Climate Decorum on Izanagi no Okami. So what I would do is I would select the persona to strengthen, which would be Izanagi no Okami, and I would select the persona to sacrifice as Raul.
Only result in this
so once I do that, go ahead, skip this. Now I'm going to lose Raul, but I'm going to gain a random skill. And this time I learned Drain Bless. Now if it doesn't give you the skill that you want, you're going to back out before you ever did this.
May luck be on your side.
And you are going to go to System, Load, and then load your previous files. And then try it again. Now, there is a faster way to do Gallows. If you get a fusion alarm activated, then anytime you perform Gallows, it has a chance of showing you 2 skills, which means that the skill you want has a 1 in 4 chance of inheriting every time you try it. But basically the tip with Gallows is to save and load, and save and load, and eventually you'll get the skill you want. Now I don't recommend transferring all skills via the Gallows, because that is a painful process, so I will leave a link in the description to a persona fusion calculator where you can actually put in every skill you want on a persona. You can put in where that skill comes from persona wise, and it will give you an entire recipe on how to fuse all the way up to that persona with those skills on it, and it's a very useful resource. I will leave it down in the description. The last thing I'm going to talk about is min-maxing your persona, which is what you're going to see on my Izanagi no Okami. As you can see, I have 99 max stats in every single category for this guy. So how we're going to do that is, the first thing you want to do is you want to go to Chihaya.
What do you want to do?
Now Chihaya obviously is in Shinjuku if you've never seen her, or if you don't have her confidant maxed out, then that's kind of unlucky for you. But if you do, then you can get something from her called a Celestial Reading. And what a Celestial Reading will do is it will sound a fusion alarm in your prison once, and then increase the chance of a fusion alarm happening for the rest of the day. And you get these fusion alarms in like 2 or 3 fights, sometimes 1. It makes fusion alarms very common, and it makes this next step a lot easier. Alright, once you have your Celestial Reading done, you're going to go into Mementos. You can just start from the beginning.
send you the
we are
results.
going to one-shot some shadows with Ryuji's one-shot ability. And there, I got an alarm in one fight. So we're going to go back to a higher area. Once we have that alarm, we can go in here. Now what you're going to want to do is you want to grab 2
I've
throwaway
been waiting
personas
for
that
you.
you
Please
don't
be
need.
prepared. Be cautious
So
with
we're
your
just going to fuse
selections.
Slime and Belphegor
Are you
here
sure
and
you
make
want one
Closa.
selected skill to
And
inherit?
what's going to happen is once I fuse this under an alarm, then this persona is going to gain a very special ability. It is going to have a golden glow on the name. So now that we have the golden glow persona, we're going to go into
I'll go
strengthen.
slightly rougher
We're
on
going
them.
to strengthen the persona that we want to have 99 stats. So we'll just pick Kaguya here. And
Why not
we'll
set our
fuse
sights a little
Clotho.
higher?
And this is going to make it so that the sacrifice fails. But we want it to fail. That's a good thing. So instead of gaining any experience, it's going to put 10 random stat points into our persona. So our persona gets no experience, it gets no inheritance, but it does get 10 experience points. And as you can see there, I gained a little bit of strength, a little bit of magic, endurance, agility. And then you do that over and over until your persona is level 99. Now the last thing I'm going to talk about is I'm going to talk about network fusion. So network fusion is a little bit of a tricky one. It's kind of a hit or miss whether it works or not. But I'm going to teach you how to get Almighty Amp, Almighty Boost, and Magic Ability. Now these 3 skills, including another one, an extra one called Soul Chain, that I don't really think is all important, but you might want it on your builds. But all 3 of these are exclusive to, well, Almighty Boost isn't. You can learn Almighty Boost from Izanagi no Okami, but other than that, these are pretty much exclusive to Network Fusion only. And so once you unlock Network Fusion, you are going
Welcome to the Velvet.
Awaken your new self.
Persona
Performing a fusion,
Network
which persona will you
And
send?
what's going to happen is we're going to pick a random persona. It does not matter. The strength of the persona does not matter. What matters is your character level. That is what is going to actually affect what we get in the network. So we're going to look for a relatively high level persona, like this 89 Ardha. So we'll
truly
fuse
need
and
this?
look at the second result. And you can see we have Invigorate 3, Enduring Soul, Fortified Moxie, Agamasku, High Counter. Nothing special. We're going to look for something else. So I actually couldn't find anything that I liked in the network right now. So typically I would just wait a day and then try it again, because that's the only really way to refresh the network fusion.
Which persona
But I
will
couldn't
you
find
send?
any passes, so unfortunately I won't be able to showcase that. But that's going to be it for the
Did you
video.
change your mind?
Of course, with network fusion, once you get it on a persona, you can always transfer that skill via the gallows like I showed earlier. But that's about it. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy your playthrough, Sai.